Hello beauty babes, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be a little bit different from the occasional, I guess, beauty video that I typically do on my channel, because as you can see by the title, I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, and I am more than thankful for everyone who supports me. Trust me, I appreciate it so much. You don't understand. I promise not to become one of those influencers who are just like, you know who I'm talking about. I feel like I don't need to say names when I said that. Like, I feel like we all know those type of influencers there are. But I really wanted to come in, make a video to not only show my appreciation, but to also possibly help other people who are looking to start a YouTube channel. Because even though I don't have, a million subscribers, thousands and thousands of subscribers and everything, I do have a channel. I did grow to 1K in a little over a year. So I feel like I should be able to give you at least the basics on what you need to start your channel. This is what this is, starting your channel. Because when I was looking for these videos, when I was thinking into starting my channel, well, first of all, I was thinking about starting my channel like years ago, but I finally got the courage to do it. And when I was looking for these type of videos, I always got a bunch of unnecessary information, or information that just like I couldn't afford at the time, like an amazing camera, amazing editing software. Like, you just can't, starting off, sometimes you can't afford that type of stuff. So this is an affordable way. Like, pretty much 90% of the stuff I'm about to tell you about is free. Like, there may be the occasional something that you possibly have to buy, but even then, I feel like even the things that I'm about to name that you have to buy are still technically optional. So, but everything else is majority free, and if it's not, still affordable. So, hey, we're gonna get right on into it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, thank you so very much for 1,000 subscribers. You don't understand how much I appreciate it. But yeah, let's get right into the video. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna be giving some tips on how to make your channel. I am hoping that this video is not too long. I don't plan on it to be, because you'll see soon while I say that, but I don't want it to be. I want to kind of just get to the points and the needs to know of starting it, so that you can get started on your channel as well. So I have a list here on my iPad, so I don't scurry off and start talking about other things, because that can definitely happen. I'm that type of person, I'll get distracted. But so I have 9 tips. I wish I would have had 10, because I would like an even number, but I only came up with 9 that are the absolute basics of them. So yeah, we're gonna start off with tip number 1. Obviously, you're gonna need something to film with. That's the pretty basic, but let me tell you this, you do not need an expensive camera. So many videos are saying, oh, you need an expensive camera. I got the G7X, the Mark 50, 500, whatever it is, and you just don't need those starting out. I started out and am still using my iPhone XR. That's what I'm doing. And no, the quality isn't perfect. The quality isn't the best. Obviously, I'm about 3 generations behind on an iPhone. Obviously, if I upgrade it, it'll be better. But obviously, my quality isn't perfect, but it gets the job done. It's not blurry. You can see me when I move my hands, because I talk with my hands. Like, it's not lagging or anything. It gets the job done. You do not need one of those expensive cameras starting out. Yes, you may want to upgrade in the future, but you don't need it starting out. It would just set you back. You don't even know if you're going to want to continue doing this. So why buy a camera and you're not even positively sure? So use your phone. I use my iPhone. I know there are also Androids with good cameras. You just have to find them. But use your phone, get the job done. It's perfectly fine if you don't have a camera. Do not feel discouraged, you can do it. So for tip number 2, I have lighting. Obviously you're going to want to have lighting in your videos, whether it be day natural lights or, you know, studio lights, vanity lights, LED lights, whatever your preference is. In my old video starting out, I made my own ring light because it was way cheaper than buying one off of Amazon. I think I made mine for like under 20-30 bucks, honestly. And what I did was, you know, I bought a little planter ring thing and put LED lights on it and everything like that. I will link a video down below on whose tutorial I followed over to make my DIY ring light, because I never made the video because I didn't know if it was gonna work. But I don't even use it anymore because I accidentally broke it. That was on my fault though, but it doesn't matter. But the easiest thing, cheapest thing, obviously, is to use day and natural light. The only thing about that is you are kind of restricted on when you're able to film, because obviously, you know, you're gonna need the light to make it look presentable. So different times during the day, depending on what type of windows you have facing in your house, if you have windows, like, you never know. So, you know, it's definitely up to you. Right now, currently, I'm using my vanity lightings from my vanity, and also natural lighting, like my window is open. And I honestly can't give you a price on my vanity lights and everything, because my vanity I got for a present and I put lights on it myself, but I don't remember the price, but I will try to link them down below if I can find them on Amazon. So there's that. That's for lighting, you know, real quick, simple. Either daylight, vanity lights, ring light, DIY ring light, whatever you choose. Just something to make, obviously, you look nice. Because if your video is dark, then it can make it more blurry. It won't be the best, you know, quality. Lighting can really help make good quality videos. So you want good lighting. So for tip number 3, you're gonna need something to edit your videos. I know with iPhones there is iMovie. I still don't use iMovie. I'll tell you the app I use in a minute. So with iPhones there's iMovie. It just always seemed a little confusing to me, so I never use it. But if you can get it to work, great. I know a lot of people use it and they like it, so that's totally up to you. Find whatever works for you. That is a free option. Androids, I'm not sure if they have an editing software on there. If not, tried to find a free option as well. The app that I use, also free, because like I said, don't really want to pay that much money for anything. I use this app called Vllo. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It looks like that's how you pronounce it. It's called Vllo. I'm not sure if it's for Apple and Android. I will have to look into that and hopefully put it in the video somewhere if it is. But that's what I use. Super simple, basic editing app, not hard at all. You can put the sounds in the background. There's little effects, little caption things. You can cut, slice the videos, pretty much everything basic that you need to do for editing your video. Because starting out, you don't have to have the fancy editing. You don't have to have the fancy stuff. You just need the basics to get you to your goal of where you're going. I did it. Got to my 100K goal, got another goal going, and I'm gonna still continue to use my affordable things until I'm, you know, able to get the better luxury things. But starting out, you don't need the expensive stuff. Get a free editing app, whichever one works for you. If it works, that's fine. It's good. You know, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be expensive. Tip number 4, right? This is number 4. Tip number 4, a good thumbnail. Now, when I say good thumbnail, I don't mean like, oh, it has to be super aesthetically pleasing, pop of color here, pop of color there. You've seen the super gorgeous aesthetic, you know, thumbnails. Obviously, they're perfect, they're beautiful, but you may not know how to do all that right away. You just need a clear, crisp thumbnail of pretty much showing you or what it is you're doing. Like if you're doing your nails, obviously show it up your nails, eyes of your eyes, you know, something that will kind of further put it into your video. You want to make sure you have a thumbnail, not just, you know, YouTube pick a random part from your video and make it your thumbnail, because it'll look a little less quality. And obviously a good thumbnail, that's the first thing that they're going to see, so it's going to make them want to click on the video. So good thumbnails is a must. I want to do a video on how I edit my thumbnails, because I use so many different apps. Honestly, it just depends on what kind of thumbnail I'm trying to make. I'm still going for what type of aesthetic I want to have for my thumbnails, which is why you see they kind of fluctuate over how they look. Obviously you want them to look consistent, but for me right now, I'm not sure how I want to go about my channel, but you know, the basics, you know, they're getting me where I need to go. I'm still gaining supporters and everything, so it's perfectly fine to me. I try my hardest. If you try your hardest, I promise you'll be able to gain and everything like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, you're just starting out. Everyone knows that. It's perfectly fine. For tip number 5, this kind of goes hand in hand with the good thumbnail. You need a good title. You don't need a title that is just unnecessary to what you're saying. I know there's a lot of things going around about clickbait and everything. I guess you can do the clickbait. I personally don't want to do the clickbait thing, just because like there's nothing worse than, you know, you getting the bad support. Like, I don't want the bad support. I want the good support. I want people who actually like me to watch my videos. So I try my hardest to, you know, get a title that will pretty much cut to the chase. This is what I'm doing in my video. Like on my nail video that has blown up, of the watch me remove my nails with the TikTok hack or whatever, I said watch how I remove them. I didn't say that's how you're supposed to do it. I said watch how I do it. And there were some people still getting mad in the comments that it didn't work for them. Some people happy that it did work for them. The people who didn't work for them, I apologize and I said I'm sorry, but I'm not a professional. I never said this is how you should do it. I just said this is how I'm doing it. I'm following the video that I saw on TikTok. I never said you should do it, right? I didn't say this is the way to remove your nails. I didn't say that. I said this is how I'm doing it. So to each their own. If you try it and it works, great. If you try it and it doesn't work, you can't really blame me because it's not my fault. So, but with another thing with thumbnails is I will type in the video that I'm searching up on YouTube. Like if I'm doing a makeup review or any type of video, that video in specific, with the nail thing, I typed it in on YouTube, also trying to find the other one, but I couldn't find it. And what you want to do is not completely copy, but kind of copy the wording of how a popular video that's popping up first is worded, because your video can pop up under that video. If someone clicks on that video, your pop in the recommended, your video can pop up there because you have a similar name, or it can pop up even on that list because, you know, you have a similar name to what someone typed in, and it'll just be great to kind of get it. I feel like that's what helped that video blow up so much, honestly, because I had a similar name to a video that was already out. It can help a lot. And you know, you don't want to copy word for word. You want to kind of put your little spin on it or whatever, but copying a few words isn't wrong, you know. It's not like it's plagiarizing or anything like that, so you're perfectly fine. But you want to have a good title, because just like people are going to see your thumbnails first thing before they click on the video, people are going to see your title before they click on the videos. So for tip number 6, I just came up with this tip in my head as I was talking about it, so there will be 10 tips, but I just want to let that be known. When I say 10, you won't be freaked out. But tip number 6, I just came up with this one. Hashtags, you want to use hashtags, obviously. I know you've heard this before. Everyone says it when you're trying to grow on any platform. Hashtags, you want to use hashtags of what you are putting in your video, what you're showing. If I'm doing a Maybelline review, I'm gonna put Maybelline mascara, Maybelline New York, you know, stuff that people will type it in, it'll pop up because you have the hashtag. You want to make sure you're using hashtags. I know you may think they're corny, but trust me, they help. They definitely help. I feel like that's how some of my videos get seen, because of the hashtags. Definitely do not be afraid to use hashtags, because I'm not. All right, so yeah, use the hashtag. For tip number 7, when you are filming your videos, you want to not make them too long, because you have to think of it as the people that are watching your channel, they don't know you and they're not watching your videos just because they like you yet. You know, you don't have that support group behind you yet. I mean, you may have a few people that are watching just because I like you, I like your personality, I want to support you no matter what you're putting out, no matter how long the video is. It doesn't matter. Like, there are YouTubers who make like hour-long, 40-minute videos, and people will support and watch them all the way through, not skip the ads and all that. But, you know, those people have over time grown a bond with their subscribers and their supporters, so it makes them just want to do it just for them, not because of, you know, just the video. So with that being said, since you're a new channel and you haven't really created that bond yet, but with maybe a few people, you don't want to make the video too long. I saw a lot of people saying like a 10-minute max. You know, sometimes videos are gonna run over that depending on how much information in them. Like this one, definitely gonna probably run over 10 minutes. But I'm constantly talking, constantly giving tips, so that's okay. But you don't want to ramble, is what I'm saying. You don't want to be unnecessary in that video. You want to be a necessary length for your video. Otherwise, if it's unnecessary, cut it out. You know, I have to still learn that. I'm still learning that. Sometimes I'll still over talk. I like to talk, so sometimes I'll talk too much. You know, it just depends on who you are. But yeah, like I was saying, you definitely want to make sure your videos are time manageable. You don't want people just sitting being like, oh my god, when is she gonna get to the point, right? You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, I know you've been there, you've watched the video and just be like, I just want to get to the point. You know, people are the same way, so you obviously want to keep them coming back and being like, oh yeah, her videos are always spot on, she's on point every time, I can always get the information quick from her. That's what you want them to do. That will get them to subscribe, that will get them to comment, like, whatever it is you want them to do. So try to do no more than a 10-minute max. That's the best way that I've heard for new channels to start out doing it, because you want to at least make it 10 minutes, but you don't want to kind of try not to go too overboard of 10 minutes. Okay, so tip number 8, right? Yeah, tip number 8. So I know you also have heard this from plenty of videos if you further watch this video, because this is an important tip. I just want to name this one in mine. You want to be consistent as possible. No, you may not be perfectly consistent, because with you starting with a new channel, you probably have a job, have school. You can't be as consistent as the people who are doing this full time, because this is their work. They pay them. You know, you won't be able to be. I promise your subscribers, once they honestly get to know you, if you tell them, hey, I can't be as consistent because I have school, they will support you just because, you know, hey, you know, she's trying, you know, at least she's not being fake about it, right? That's all. You cannot be inconsistent and expect, you can't make a video 1 month, wait 6 months, post another video and expect your channel to grow that well. It just won't happen. I try my hardest to post 2 times a week, every week. Sometimes I slip up, but that's fine. I always make sure, like, I don't go a week without posting. Like, I may go a week, but I'm not gonna go over that. I used to in the past, which is why I feel like it took me a little over a year to get to where I'm at today. But, you know, if you're consistent constantly, the more you post, the better. Let's just say that the more you post, the better. Like, obviously YouTube will push your videos out more, and, you know, you'll get to your things. I'm not sure how the set days work. Like, personally, me, I post Wednesdays and Fridays. That's just the best days to me. I post Wednesdays and Fridays, and that has been working for me. I don't know if it doesn't matter when you post, how much you post, or if you should post on the set days. It's just what works for me, because it makes me have enough time to film and edit. Sometimes I get time crunched and I'm not able to, so I just don't upload, and I'll save the video that I've possibly already filmed or have not filmed for another one. For tip number, I think this is tip number 9. When filming videos, you want to have a semi-good background. I should have said this one kind of in the beginning, but, you know, my list wasn't in any type of order. It just came up as it popped in my head. You want to have a semi-good background. As you can see, when I first started off, I had a semi-good background. It was clean. You know, clean is fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be your headboard. It can be something like this with me. It can be a background, backdrop, plain white wall. You obviously just don't want it to be messy. You don't want it to be a messy room or anywhere unappealing. Obviously, I would like my background a little bit better if you couldn't see my bed, like if my bed was lower, but my bed is just very high. So you're gonna be able to see it no matter what. This is why I put the butterfly wall that I have a video over, link in the description box, in my background, because I just felt like it made a little extra pop. I didn't like the just plain white wall behind me anymore. So I did this, and you know, it works, you know. No one's complained. There are some people that have complimented me on it, so I like it. It's nice. You know, do what works for you. Do what you think works best. You do not have to make a background. You don't have to buy a background. Plain white wall is perfectly fine if it works for you. Tip number 10. This is a very, like, probably common sense type of tip, but is by far the most important one on this, like, on this list. Like, definitely, you need the patience. I know you're being like, obviously everyone says that, but you really have to listen. You really need the patience. Like, you cannot be on here thinking that you will grow super quick. Some people do, right? But you need to understand that you won't always be that way, because if you compare yourself to other people, you're gonna get humbled, and it's gonna be let down really quickly, because you're gonna be looking at this other channel and be like, she just started like 6 months ago and is already at like 20k subscribers. I'm only at 1k and I've been doing this a year. What am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. It's just some people work out better, or some people just will have supporters from other platforms. Like, some people have already grown on Instagram, came to YouTube, those supporters will follow them there, or TikTok, because you know TikTok is extremely popular right now. People can grow super quick on TikTok, and those people will follow onto YouTube. You know, it's just, you know, it's just the thing. It happens. You cannot sit here and think, you know, I'm doing something wrong. What are they doing that I'm not? You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing it your way. You do not want to do it anyone else's way, because then you'll become fake and people won't think you're being sincere. And then, you know, you'll have the, oh, she's so fake, I don't know if I really want to support her. Or you'll have the negative support, which is you'll have people that are subscribed to you but won't really like you, and you just get the negative comments. You're gonna get negative comments no matter what. Keep that in mind. I've gotten a fair share, few of mine. Definitely negative comments. I don't like them. You can easily block the channel, delete the comment, keep the comment, leave it alone, reply if you want. It's your channel. Do not sit here and let people, you know, come on here, say all this stuff. Don't let them get in your head. You know, you really have to keep that in mind if you're trying to be an influencer. You need to know that people are gonna think you're not entitled to your life anymore, but you are. Let them know that you're still human. I don't know why people think influencers aren't human anymore once they become big, but you still are. I definitely will be. I definitely will make my fair share of mistakes. And, you know, you will find people that actually want to support you for you. You know, just be patient, be caring, you know, don't be fake. Don't be trying to do what everybody else is doing. As you can see, clearly, I'm clearly not doing what everybody else is doing. Like, I may follow a little bit of trends, but overall, I try to do the videos that I find interesting, that I like to do, not videos that will make me grow. Like, obviously sometimes I'll do a video here and there that'd be like, you know what, I think this video will pop off. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but you don't want to follow trends with everything, because then people will kind of catch on and be like, oh, she's only doing this for money. Like, does she really enjoy this? Like, you know, and you want to enjoy it. You know, you don't want to hate this if you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life. You don't want to hate it, you know? So yeah, last tip. Keep your patience, keep your insanity, because if you ain't got it, you will definitely lose it doing stuff like this. I see influencers all the time go crazy, but hey, I mean, if you have a good head on your shoulders, you'll be perfectly fine. But without further ado, that were my 10 tips. I believe it were 10. I hope it was 10. I hope I can count. I don't know. It was off the top of my head. I know I came up with at least another one, so I believe it was 10. That was my 10 tips on how to start your YouTube channel. If you like this video, comment down below if you would like to see how I edit my thumbnails or anything like that. just comment that below. I will try to get that video out for you. Please forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please, because 99.9 of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. When I saw that, I was just like, that's crazy, right? Like, you know, just subscribe. You're coming back to watch anyway. Why not subscribe? You know, you like me. I feel like I'm a nice person. I'm a likable person. Might as well. But anyway, thank you for watching today's video. I will see you next time. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I'm 1,000 times grateful. But I will see you in the other video. But I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.